Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Minorities Podcast, your home for not-so-expert analysis, plenty of shit-talking, and a whole lot of fired coaches here. I'm your host, and, bittersweet, somewhat happy Titans fan, JC. Joining me this week are...
Chicken Wing. I know why JC is bittersweet and happy. Congratulations. You're welcome.
Nori. I'm a happy Giants fan again because I think we just fixed our offensive line. I like the coach that we hired.
Good evening. DJ here, Cowboys fan. I'm so happy that we have home games in the playoffs. If we had road games, I probably would do heroin.
So he's saving heroin until they get eliminated. Smart.
And
That's
Rob's
less expensive, bud.
So it's me, right?
Yeah,
Rob's gone?
Rob's not here.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on.
This is worst team in state of Florida in the NFL, Phil.
Oh.
The only one that didn't make the playoffs.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Once
right.
again, the playoff committee did not like what Jacksonville was doing. So,
Such a shame.
well, we're going to talk all about that, how Week 18 played out, how it went exactly as Phil predicted last week, and poor guy. Of course, we'll announce who won our season-long pick'em, and then we're going to be picking our entire playoff bracket.
Playoffs?
Have a little contest here. How much we put on the line here? Was it $5, $10 for everybody?
We should be doing 20, but we should be doing 20. But if you guys want to do 5, it's whatever.
I'm down.
5, 10, whatever.
10. So.
What? Huh?
Yep. What?
$10 it is.
All right. Well, Week 18, Nori actually won the week, going 12-4.
Hell yeah.
Rob, Chicken Wing, and myself, and DJ all went 10-6, and Phil went 9-7. So, final standings. I finished in 6th place with 152 correct picks. Rob, 5th with 157. DJ in 4th with 160. Nori and Phil tied for 2nd with 161 correct picks. And, yeah, Chicken Wing, victorious. 163 correct picks. But, man, Phil had you sweating for a little bit.
Listen. I was shitting bricks, sweating bullets. I was worried. I was worried all fucking day, Phil.
Yep.
We're reiterating to our 8 fans that there was a week that me and Phil completely did not save our picks. So he's our unofficial champion. It's not his fault. It's me and Phil's fault. Mm-hmm. But it's a shitty way to end the season.
Win's a win.
Agreed.
Win is the win.
You didn't really win. We lost.
Nah. Win's a win.
Yeah, well.
It's one of those things, just like in a game. You just can't have those mental mistakes, you know. So.
Drink all your tears, gentlemen. Keep them coming.
It's we all acknowledge it's unofficial. It's all good. We all acknowledge it collectively as unofficial, so it's nothing to cry about.
It's okay.
All right, well, Chicken Wing, I just sent your $20 for the season. Congratulations.
Of course.
Yep. Now you can send that back to me. You can send that back to me to pay for next year's fantasy team. You know, because
I mean.
Yeah. Because you always late.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, that and the fantasy football. Still waiting on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, believe me, I'm behind on that, but I'm gonna get that sent out.
Nah, son. No, I'm just playing. I
just got the trophy that I got to give to my brother-in-law. So yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was a little disappointed. I was like, damn it, that's supposed to be my trophy. I was supposed to have like a nice little collection, but
nope.
Can't grow it today.
Denied. Well, let's get into how Week 18 went. Nori, we'll start with you. Any regrets, surprises? And there's a lot. Week 18 is fun, guys. It really is. So it's fun to watch. But Nori, what say you about Week 18?
I'm not surprised the Giants won because Philly looks like shit, and I actually assumed they were going to sit everybody. I just didn't expect the beating that they got, so that was pretty awesome. I'm very surprised that the Patriots got, shit on by the Jets. I'm happy they got shit on by the Jets, but I'm I'm pretty surprised. Super surprised that Jacksonville yet again is Jacksonville and couldn't close out the Titans. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, not that surprising, right, Phil?
Yeah, I wasn't. It didn't blow my mind.
That's
Fucked up.
I think one of my biggest regrets is the Ravens had literally nothing to play for, and I don't know why I didn't pick the Steelers to win. That annoys the hell out of me. But yeah, my biggest surprise is definitely Jacksonville.
All right. Let's see what's not here. You know, I am surprised with the New England one. I think this is the only time in Belichick's career that he lost to the Jets, and maybe that's why him and New England parted ways, right? So
Probably.
yeah.
I get to that.
I regret picking Chicago. I should have known that no matter who's at the helm, basically Aaron Rodgers has transferred ownership of the Bears to Jordan Love at this point. So whatever it is, the Bears cannot beat Green Bay. So I was also a bit surprised by not so much that Philly lost, even though I did pick them. Just the fact that they were getting blown out to a point where it was like, you know what, this is a lost cause. Just sit everybody, because I think they had their starters in up until it was like what 24-0 or something.
Oh yeah, halftime.
So-
Oh, it was just Christmas.
Unbelievable. So
I bet Nori had like seven shots by then.
yeah. So
No,
Right.
because I remember Deshaun Jackson completely robbing us winning, so
Yeah.
I don't ever celebrate Philly until we actually it's the final score.
That's one score, yeah, for sure.
True.
Let's see here. Chicken Wing, Week 18 thoughts.
My biggest surprise was probably how bad the Browns got beat to Cincy. Even without Burrow. That was probably my biggest surprise outside of the Jacksonville, just choking up a storm there. The whole 9-0 Tampa Bay game, that was just like head scratcher there. I wasn't surprised about Green Bay. I was a little bit more surprised towards the end of the Dolphins Bills game, honestly, on how it played out. But that it is what it is. Outside of that, no, I don't have any other regrets.
All right. DJ.
I don't regret any of the picks I made, but I am surprised. Yeah, we'll start with the elephant in the room, which is, the Jags having one job and not coming to work, and not coming into the office that day.
They took they took the last month and a half off.
Yeah, I wasn't aware that they take leave. Apparently that's just what they do in Florida. They don't show up. Anyway, so there was that. I was kind of surprised that the Jets beat the Patriots that badly. I expected a closer game than it was. The outcome is not really surprising. It's just how bad it was. Philly got finger banged by the Giants, and even though I hate both teams, I hate Philly so much more than any other team. So just watching them completely implode has been wonderful. It's a Christmas gift that just keeps giving, and it makes me happy every time I see it.
Thank you, 49ers, for breaking them.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Did they
Yep.
ever?
Do what I can.
They broke them in half and then put them back together and broke them again, and then everyone else got the pieces that were left over. It was great.
I don't know. Dallas had a good piece of him too. They did fuck him up for a while.
Yeah, but they didn't blow them out the way the Niners did. So.
No, the Philly is the weakest, softest-minded, most talented team I've ever seen in my entire life on any team. Nobody's softer than them. They couldn't handle one loss to the 49ers. They thought they were ready for them. They got their backs blown out like prom night, and they've never recovered. And I love it. So thank you for that.
Outside of that, that's
Wrong,
that's all. The Saints beating up the Falcons was the only surprise I really had. Them winning is never really a surprise. Arthur Smith is terrible, which is why he's gone now. Imagine putting forth the most energy and emotion we've seen with Arthur Smith was when he was pissed off at Dennis Allen, even though it's not Dennis Allen's fault.
Yeah.
How about the touchdown?
We'll talk a little.
And then
bit
immediately.
about that. So yeah.
Nori,
That's all I got.
I do have a question, Nori. What's worse for Philly? Actually, this is for all y'all. What's worse for Philly? Getting your backs blown out by the 49ers, I mean, the answer is yes. Or having Drew Lock only get 92 yards and still coming out and escaping with a win against you.
49ers.
Niners. That was supposed to be like
You
a
can
statement.
forget about
Yeah.
Drew Lock because he's such a forgettable person.
Yeah.
You can, but when you had the lead like that and you blow it, or even worse, the Cardinals, you had the lead and you blow it.
They talk shit the entire time they beat the 49ers in the play because when they knocked them out of the playoffs,
Exactly.
they talk shit the entire time. And when they finally, when they finally happened, or the rematch happened, they were nowhere to be found.
That's
So,
true. Debo
it wasn't
did
even close.
say
It wasn't even a
had we
competitive
had
game.
Brock-
Nope.
I mean, you're right. Debo did say in the interview that had we had Brock, it'd have been a different game altogether. And
Man, it's a little different when you got a healthy team, right? So
it is.
All right, Phil.
I was pretty surprised the way the Colts-Texans game went. I thought the Colts were going to pull that one out. Browns getting destroyed like they did was another one. Jaguars was not a surprise. I just regret picking them. I let my emotions take the better of that one. Surprised by how the Raiders handled Denver because they seem to be on, kind of on the mend, but not so much anymore. Eagles was a huge surprise, I think,
Fun
for
fact.
everyone.
Fun fact for everybody, real quick, Phil. Then I'll give you your time back. The Denver Broncos have never beaten the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, I did not
Wow.
realize
Ever?
that.
That is interesting.
Man, that's one of them JC fucking stats that
I know.
he be tossing out.
I only know that because I'm friends with a Raiders fan. But since they moved to Las Vegas, they've never lost to Denver.
Wow, that is crazy.
That's crazy.
Oh, I know who I'm picking for those two games.
I know.
So
Exactly.
But go on, Phil. Sorry.
Just go ahead and pencil it in now. Next year. Yeah, I'm picking the Raiders every time I play the Broncos, no matter what.
I guess the next one was Buffalo pulling it out against Miami. We said it last week. Buffalo is they're a different team in the playoffs, but that one was a little surprise as well.
They're different teams since they fired their offensive coordinator.
Bingo.
They're 6-2 since they fired him.
I mean, maybe they were onto something. Fuck.
They're playing good football when it matters most. They're hot right now. I didn't expect them to lose to Miami.
yeah, I mean, shoot, we're gonna discuss that. That'll be part of our discussion, like who's the hottest going to the playoffs, all that fun stuff. So, well, Chicken Wing, congrats.
Fuck that guy. No.
Wow.
No. I'm not congratulating him. Fuck him.
Yeah.
No.
But
I can't do it yet, not the
congrats, even
season.
bigger congrats to the Michigan Wolverines. Man, they put it on Washington.
They sure as shit
Hey,
did.
body
Oh,
Washington.
my God. I was telling my wife.
Body
Don't ever
Washington.
let anybody tell you cheaters don't prevail.
Oh, God. Give me
Yeah, Jason, don't let anybody tell you cheaters don't prevail.
Look, you can all agree with this. If what
No.
happened this year with that and all that little controversy, if it leads to college NCAA finally adopting helmet communications next year, do you think it would be worth it?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
still got to
So
sell on the
cheaters
field.
always win.
I'll tell you this, though. I told my wife that the thing Texas didn't have that Michigan has is a pass rush. And they
Correct.
beat the crap out of Phoenix. Crazy. It was just nuts. He was hurting, dude. He could barely walk to the back of the locker room at the end of it all. So, but that was exciting. Harbaugh, as he said, can finally sit at the big kids' table.
Yeah.
Now him, his brother, and his dad have all won a championship. So, and his brother's got a shot to add another one this year. So, semi-related college football news. Surprise, surprise. We postponed our recording a day because I'm doing a lot of remodeling here at the house. But glad we did because we wouldn't have been able to talk about Nick Saban announcing his retirement from coaching. Among all the coaching changes in the NFL, this one has been the most talked about. And it's not even NFL related. It's NCAA. Saban wanting 6 national championships at the Alabama. And the Crimson Tide are now going to be looking for a new coach. So, were y'all surprised by the news or the announcement?
Yeah.
If anybody had on their bingo card, Pete Carroll, Bill Belichick, and Nick Saban all retiring the same month, you're lying.
Same
week. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's insane.
No, it was shocking when I saw that. I read that article. I said, "There's no way." And then I read it again. I said, "Okay, no, it actually is happening." Yeah, it's crazy.
Very nice.
I mean, I'm not upset.
I've
but-
enjoyed seeing all the TikTok reactions to
Yeah.
people filming their dads and granddads and Bama fans finding out that Saban's retiring. A lot of them are just in denial at first until they see it. So yeah,
I know.
Yep.
It's we're in a different time, boys. It's uncharted territory at this point. Belichick's gone. Patriots are poverty.
Mhm.
Saban's gone. Pete Carroll's gone. Patriots are in poverty.
I mean,
you said that one already, right?
A different time, boys.
Yeah. yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
mean,
really
Bama
glad
will
for the
be-
transfer portal because Alabama, they're all leaving. They're all leaving.
Maybe it depends who they get. But obviously, once they hire the new coach, they basically get an extra option on the transfer portal. That's one of the rules with the.
I think they're all going to go play with Coach Prime.
No, they don't want to go to Colorado.
Why not?
I mean,
Play in the
Why not?
cold. Play in Alabama. The Big 12, the SEC.
But Alabama just lost its mystique.
No, there's the mystique is always going to be there, always. And believe me, the Tide will hire a pretty high-profile coach. I've actually heard that the coach from Florida State is one of prime candidate. Phil, I'm sorry to say that, but
Oh, really?
damn. I mean,
yes,
are you kidding me?
I'm not.
So Florida State gets left out of the fucking playoff,
They might
even
be-
though they're undefeated conference champions. Then they get blown out by Georgia because most of their players are like, we're not going to play. Fuck, 63-3.
Mhm.
Then they've got this NIL penalty, which we'll talk about at some point in more detail. Phil, if you'd like to do that, feel free to lead that. And now all of a sudden, FSU's head coach may leave to go. So literally, you know what? FSU's in panic. So there you go. Now we have
He's a prime candidate. He did amazing job at Florida State, and his
Yeah.
buyout's only like $4 million. So that's like
Seminole
nothing.
Nation
So
is
not-
estimated once again.
Yeah.
Not since
Are you-
Go
the
ahead, Phil.
1800s have the
his
Seminoles been
buyout
so
is only
decimated.
$4 million.
Wow,
Jeez.
I don't even have words.
unbelievable. So, but yeah, all that's going on, and on top of all that, we got NFL coaches fired. Atlanta fires Arthur Smith. Didn't even wait till Black Monday. They just did it that
Obviously.
Sunday night. Yep. Washington Communists let go of Ron Rivera. Tennessee.
Shocking.
This is where it starts to get shocking, guys. Mike Vrabel let go in Tennessee. Didn't think it would happen.
Stupid.
Apparently a little spat with Amy Adams drunk, but fun stuff.
Stupid.
Titans are in a rebuild. Surprise number 2, Seattle. Not fully parting ways with Pete Carroll, taking him on as an advisor role, but he is no longer the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. And then surprise number 3, Bill Belichick parts ways with the New England Patriots.
Well, he wasn't fired. That's the key thing.
No, they gotta say if you say fired, Jesus Christ. So,
Man.
but I think we can all agree Vrabel is probably going to get the job in New England now.
Seem like
There goes my overreaction minority. Thanks, JC.
Bomb is,
Get out of my head.
well, that's an obvious one, bro. It's not my fault you took an obvious
Yeah,
one.
it's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty obvious one.
Yeah.
I try to give y'all at least one easy one. Fuck.
Make it difficult. It's fine. So, but I do want to talk about Arthur Smith. Yes, gone 3 consecutive 7-10 seasons. But his was it cheap
This is
what the
great.
Saints did at the end of the game?
I'm kind of torn about that. Like, I
Well,
get
Okay.
what
Go ahead, Mike, go ahead.
Yeah.
I get what Jameis Winston tried to do, right? Because again, Jamal Williams leaving Detroit, 19 touchdowns to go to the Saints to be a backup and not have one by week 18, one touchdown in the regular season. Like I get
Shouldn't have left.
what
Yeah.
he tried to do. Could he have done it a different way? Sure. But was there another opportunity? It didn't seem that. So it's just, I don't know. Like I get why people are all pissed about it because you're in victory formation. The defense is not even going to try. It's just going to be called at the end of the game. Oh, look, touchdown. Now we got to do this and got to extend the game and all that. Like
Mhm.
it's just one of those things. It's just like you could have found a better place to put that in. But at the same time, I completely back Jameis Winston's idea, saying, "Hey, get this man a touchdown. He came here. He's been trying to be the starter. He's been trying to put in the work. His work ethic is there. Apparently, he's loved by a lot of the players there. So yeah, of course, get the guy his touchdown. There's a reason why he got there to begin with.
Fuck Atlanta.
Hey, fuck Atlanta. That too.
Fuck it, pussies. Play for 60 minutes. 60 minutes, that's it. They didn't like when Uncle Bill was running up the score in 2007, right? So you know what he said? We'll just stop us. All right, cool. Bet. Now everybody else should do the same thing.
My only issue with it is that it was in victory formation. That's my issue. Like if you get there set up, if you had line up in a normal formation, say, okay, we're gonna run the ball, run a play, and then he scores, I don't think anybody has an issue with it. So, they
were trying to trick them though. But they're trying to trick them. That's why it's the same concept as. So now when people are in a punt formation, they have to punt it.
No, it's not that. It's that you're up by how much. You're just trying to get the game over. It's a sportsmanship thing, basically. It's different from like a fake spike. It's something like that. You're in victory formation, like we're calling the dogs off. We're just gonna run the clock out, and then they hand it off when the defense isn't even playing. Like, that's my only issue with it. But what do you expect from Mr. Freddy Crab Legs over there? So just
that my issue with it, to piggyback off what you said, JC. Yes, it's in victory formation. If you want to get Jamal Williams a touchdown, line up and get him a touchdown. First off. Second, why is it taking you all the way through the entire season to get him a touchdown? Yeah. So we can talk about that till the cows come home. He's just now getting an opportunity to get a touchdown. The touchdown he gets is we set up in victory formation. The Falcons don't think we're going to do anything, then we do something. So you got a touchdown because they weren't trying. Congratulations. You're awesome. No, it's cheap. But your head coach tells you victory formation and you go against what he says. So what that tells me is Dennis Allen doesn't have respect from at least the offense. So he's lost the offense, is what it sounds like to me. You have a backup quarterback that just overrides what you say as a head coach, but you don't do anything about it. That's an indictment. Maybe he should be gone too.
Facts.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I mean, it could happen right the way this is going. So.
I mean, people are saying that
it's a division rival, so I am not surprised at all they ran at the score.
I mean, I'm not surprised about that either. I mean, it's a division.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I think saves it is it's a division rival, and then you always want to rub your nose in, isn't that right, JC? So so there's that aspect of it that you got to consider as well.
You're giving me shit. You gave me so much shit last year. You rubbed your nose in the fact that you eliminated my Titans from the playoffs last year on the last game of the year. We're just throwing it right back at you this year, bro. So.
Yeah, well, I think we had everything working against us. I mean, Pittsburgh was blowing up about the whole terrible towel disrespect thing as well. So,
yep.
Y'all should have disrespected the towel, dude.
Yep.
I mean,
fuck that rag.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's just a fucking exactly. It's just a fucking
Yeah. Exactly.
All right.
It's just a piece of cloth. Wipe my ass with it. Stop it.
I know how you really feel. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Sensitive ass people.
Fucking rag.
Great.
No, it's a fucking rag. Like okay, you want to do things for player safety, fine, but now we're getting pissy because we took one of your symbol. You chose a goddamn towel. Choose something that people aren't gonna fuck with, like a goddamn bull. No one's gonna go fight a bull or a bear. It's a towel. I'll fight a towel.
That's true.
It's a fucking towel.
No.
You chose that shit.
That's true.
Okay.
There's nothing about the Giants that is going to piss off. You know why? Because they're called the goddamn Giants. You know why you're not going to fuck with anything on the Cowboys? Because you're going to get lit up. Simple. It's fucking simple.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's got a point.
T.O. spiked the ball twice in the star, and he got lit the fuck up. Never did again, did he?
George Teague fucked him up. Yep.
That was a good game.
Mm-hmm.
That's my point. Like, just like it's a division rival, victory formation. They're obviously trying to trick them. I personally, we don't have to all agree. I personally don't have an issue with it. I don't care. No one got hurt. It's football.
So if you take into account the 5 coaching vacancies we mentioned, and then of course you add the Raiders vacancy, the Chargers vacancy, and the Panthers vacancy, 1/4 of the teams in the NFL are looking for a new head coach now, guys. Let that sink in.
Well, the Raiders need to hire Antonio Pierce again. Stop fucking around.
He's getting interviews from everybody else. I know the Titans have interviewed him or have requested an interview. So, if the Raiders aren't smart, which right now I don't think they are, but they should.
They're not.
No,
Because if they were, they would have
they're
John
not.
Pierce as their head coach.
Yep, for sure.
Exactly.
The way he had them playing after he took over, for sure. So,
Yeah.
But it's okay. Let him come be the Giants' defensive coordinator. That's cool.
no.
Nah, I don't believe he will. He can
with that.
stay in Vegas. We don't want that. No, we don't want that.
Now, with the end of the season, that means we also have some draft order as well. The Chicago Bears, via a trade, have the number 1 pick that they got from Carolina. Number 2 is the Communists.
A fucking moron.
Number 3 is the Patriots. The 4th pick goes to Arizona. 5th pick to the Chargers. 6th pick to the Giants. 7th pick to the Titans. Falcons have the 8th pick, and then the Bears have the 9th as well now. So, Jets 10th, Vikings 11, Broncos 12, Raiders 13, Saints 14, Colts 15, Seahawks 16, and Jacksonville 17, and the Bengals 18. So, that is how the
Bears
first
have
18
two.
picks stack up right now. So,
Bears top 2 picks. Top 10 picks. It's
Yeah.
wild.
Because Tepper's a fucking idiot.
Well, the crazy thing is they've got 2 top 10 picks, and I'm not even sure what they're going to do with them. Like, there's so many holes.
well,
Do you
yeah,
think
there's-
Marvin Harrison
well-
Jr. would go as one of those picks?
that's kind
He
of
should
a
go
nice
number
segue.
1.
I
He really should
mean-
go number 1.
That's kind of a nice segue to a
It-
topic I wanted to bring up for Back to More News. But go ahead, Nori. What do you want to say?
No, if you can't make it work with DJ Moore on one side and Marvin Harrison Jr. the other,
Exactly.
then
Yeah.
you're not the quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's about
Kind
time
of
you
like the
go there.
quarterback
You
at
can
the end of
handle
the
that.
season for sure. So, I mean,
That exactly. And now there's so many voices in Chicago saying we want Justin Fields to stay. So I don't know. We'll see.
Exactly.
What happens
Exactly.
well,
Yeah,
Like, give the guy real
defenses
talent.
get a
Like,
problem.
DJ Moore's nice, but... And
Well-
then their defense is not, their defense is not that fucking good either.
so that begs the question. Here's a overactive Marty option for you guys.
Okay.
The Bears should trade the first pick in the draft to get more weapons for Justin Fields.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they don't need
Clean
number
up
1.
any hole
Tra-
they got because Phil's right. They got
trade down somebody. Trade down to somebody who doesn't need a wide receiver, but they need a quarterback. Trade down to like somebody like Washington or, whatever. Yeah.
Because I'm
Or the
pretty sure you
Patriots.
can. I'm pretty
Patriots
sure
they
you can
drafted
get
a wide receiver
lot.
first overall.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
not.
I'm pretty sure you can get a lot of trading down from like 1 to 5. Like,
I
that's
mean,
insane.
Yeah.
you look at it. They
Absolutely.
they had the 1 pick last year. They
Yeah.
traded down with Carolina. Carolina takes what's his face, Bryce Young,
Bryce
right?
Exactly.
It works out well that the Bears all of a sudden, oh, hey, we via the trade that we did last year, we get this pick again. Now we're in the same boat. You know?
Yeah.
But so
Unbelievable.
yeah, it worked out well, right? Maybe lightning strikes
Yep.
twice, So all right. Chicken Wing, what other overacting minority segments do you have for us or options? do you have
Cool.
for us?
So I was inspired earlier this week. There's a thing I saw. It's called
Right.
Can't Lose Weekend. Just three.
Okay.
And so it's basically all focused on wild card weekends. I'm not going to choose all the games, but I think these 3 games or these 3 quarterbacks, they can't lose. Like they cannot afford to lose this weekend. Obviously, with playoffs,
Okay.
or many fans out there in
Playoffs.
Germany and Hein, that this is the part of the season where you can't lose anymore. So, with that being said, the first game I want to pick up is the Browns versus the Texans. Flacco can't lose this weekend. Do you gentlemen agree? Flacco versus
It's the
I mean, no
playoffs.
one can
You can
lose.
lose.
No one can lose.
It-
but
it-
I,
it's not about
Rob, welcome.
It's not about a matter of losing. Oh, hey, Rob. Hey, how you doing, Rob?
Awake.
He's awake.
Good morning.
That's right.
I think Flacco gets re-signed regardless.
Okay. But do you think he can
For the Browns?
afford to lose? Not the game, but do you think he can afford to lose?
No, because if he loses,
Yeah, if he
I don't know
plays
he gets-
good.
Yeah. So
Yeah, if he plays good and he's not the problem, he throws for 250 yards and 2 or 3 touchdowns. and he doesn't throw a pick and takes care of the ball, why would you not? Yeah, that doesn't hurt his stock.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
I read somewhere, but I think he has a record for like 9 years between playoff appearances as a starting quarterback,
That's
something
wild.
like that.
For spots, that's fucking crazy. Well, considering he's gonna turn 39 in a couple months, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So Rob, I'm not sure how much you caught, but I'm doing real quick 3 games in the wild card quarterbacks. Games that they can't lose, that they can't afford to lose. Not the whole, oh, you just can't lose the game because you're out of the playoffs. No, like it'll hurt more than just the team. You know what I'm saying? Like this is your stock and everything.
Gotcha.
All
Okay.
right. So the second game I'm doing is the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen cannot lose this weekend. Do you
He's fine. No, he's fine.
going
They're
against
not getting
Mason
rid of
Rudolph?
Josh Allen.
Well, hold on. One little interesting tidbit about that game.
Yeah.
The weather may be pretty bad in Buffalo.
They're talking about moving to Cleveland.
Yes, they are talking
Jesus
about
Christ.
moving that game to Cleveland. So as hard as Buffalo worked to fight back and win the division, they may not have a home game this year and may get moved to Cleveland, guys.
Out of all of that's even funny. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Never mind that Miami and KC is going to be 0 degrees at kickoff. Buffalo's
That's
game,
insane.
Buffalo's wildcard game hosting Pittsburgh might get moved to Cleveland, which is a lot closer to Pittsburgh than it is for Buffalo. So
That's true.
yeah,
That's true.
so
So the reason why I'm saying Josh Allen can't afford to lose this game is because one, you're going against Mason Rudolph, against a team that lost T.J. Watt, arguably their best player, and
Correct.
at this point they just struggled and stumbled to get into the playoffs at number 7 because everybody else fucking lost. So that's why I'm saying Josh Allen can't afford to lose this game.
okay.
So I don't want to go off on a little bit of a tangent here, but I was talking to a Pittsburgh fan, and Pittsburgh apparently wants Tomlin gone, which made no sense to me.
No.
That's what he's saying. He's saying
That's crazy.
that's what he's saying.
Well,
Why,
I mean,
though? Makes no sense.
I mean,
if you
the
look at
same
fan
Tomlin
bases-
who has never had a losing season in the history of his coaching there.
yeah,
that same guy?
I didn't agree with it, but this is
All right.
coming from a Pittsburgh fan in Pittsburgh
You know
who's
what?
saying Pittsburgh
Let's-
wants him gone.
Let's ask somebody who has a fan base who has like the wildest takes. Nori, how do you agree to that?
Sorry.
Yeah, thinking about your
Speechless.
question.
Speechless.
Say your question again.
Okay, so my question is you are familiar with your fan base with having the wildest outtakes or reactions to any little thing about the Giants. How do you feel about the Pittsburgh fan base saying that Tomlin should be gone?
I don't think the fan base actually wants him gone though, because every time you go on Twitter or anything, and matter of fact, I was just on Instagram and someone said something about a head coaching job possibly being up. Steelers fans are all over it saying, "No, we have Tomlin. We're good. Fuck off with this." I don't agree that the fan base wants him gone. Maybe some people are saying that. I don't think that's the majority of the fan base.
Got you.
Who did they replace him with?
With everything the Steelers went through, with the whole man Canada thing, with them finally getting Mason Rudolph,
Oh,
right?
that's fucking terrible.
Fighting through
Right.
all that and still getting to the playoffs, shit. Why would you even consider firing like a legend?
Exactly.
Like they had Kenny Pickett and Mitch Trubisky on the roster, and they made the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm like, and he's borderline coach of the year. You want him gone?
Well, it's not.
And neither
it's
one of
not
them are
all-
starting. It's Mason
All
fucking
right.
Rudolph.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it.
And well, you can also
The third
consider with all
quarterback to
the
start. That just helping my point.
Mhm.
with all the openings in the NFL, he may walk away. Also,
I mean, he may walk away and go for a team that's ready to win. That would be the only thing I could even think of why he would leave.
No,
To go to
he
a team
can't.
that's
He
ready
can't.
to
I don't know how much longer he has under his contract, but if he decides to step down voluntarily, he can't go straight to another team. He actually has to
True,
Exactly.
either
He's
agree to be
traded.
traded or they have to fire him, basically release him. So
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
Okay, so the last game I have is Philly at Tampa Bay. Neither one of these quarterbacks can afford to lose for their own reasons. Philly, obviously,
Absolutely.
No.
fucking 2 and
Baker
6.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
It's fine
It's trash.
because he got to.
Rob's fandom for Baker Mayfield relies heavily on this playoff run, basically.
Yes,
So,
it does.
Yeah.
Well, Baker Mayfield got them to the playoffs. I mean, if they lose in the playoffs when they potentially weren't even going to get there,
Yeah.
I don't see how that would be a problem for him. He got them to the playoffs. I think he'd be fine if they lost anyway. Jalen Hurts, yeah, he's got a big problem if they lose because they've already what have they lost? The 5 out of 6 games,
Pretty much.
limped into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Then you lose to Tampa when you're in Philly. Shit, the whole offense might be in trouble then. Anyway, go on.
No, I mean you got a point. So you're saying Hurts has more to lose,
For
but
sure.
he shouldn't. Okay.
With all the expectations the Eagles had this
Absolutely.
year, if they're one and done in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
All right, here's a
Jesus
question for
Christ.
you guys.
Yeah.
What was a bigger collapse this season?
Philly.
Eagles going from
Philly.
10-1 to barely limping into the playoffs,
And 7.
or sorry to pile on, Phil, the Jags having a 99% chance to make the playoffs on December 3rd, and they're selling tickets, guys. Tickets are on sale. And then they just
yes.
don't even make the playoffs after that.
Yeah, you know
we
what?
was a big collapse.
We were 8. I would say
Philly.
us. We were 8-3. We were
Yeah.
8-3.
Yeah.
3 going. Yeah.
99% probability to make the playoffs. Not even
I'd
win
say the
division,
Jags.
playoffs. Yes.
Yep.
So
Philly.
Bigger collapse.
Philly. I mean, Philly had
I'm
bigger
still going with
expectations,
Philly.
right?
No-
So
No, no question, Philly. They're
Exactly.
10-1. They just left the Super Bowl. They're
weren't they the first team
they're coming
to
right
clinch
back
a playoff
to
spot too?
to
Right?
possibly
Yes.
win.
We were.
Yes, they were.
No, San Fran was.
We was.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
They were
They
supposed to beat
clinched
us
because
to
of
clinch
that
the
loss.
spot.
Yeah,
That's
they
right.
Yeah.
clinched because of that loss.
So Nori says Philly. Phil, you say Jags. Chicken Wing, what do you say?
Dude, y'all both make good points. I'm gonna say Philly with Nori because they had the higher expectation.
Okay.
They had
But they're still in the playoffs. They're still in the
They're
playoffs.
still in the playoffs, yes.
But
But
it's-
the question is what's the bigger collapse?
Mhm.
And I think because Nori can disagree with me if he wants to, but I think if they're one and done, that's more of a bigger collapse than Jacksonville because Philly
For
was
sure.
in the Super Bowl last
And they're
year.
going to be one and done.
Right.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They're going to be one and done.
So-
Rob, what do you say was a bigger collapse?
I'm actually going to lean towards the Jags. Like, the Jags literally had it in the bag, and they just let it slip. Like, and they still had control even going into the last week, and all they had to do was win.
That's true
All
too.
they had to do was win.
Yeah, but
But Ryan
Against
Tannehill
a
said
here
no.
comes
Against
King Henry, Jags killer. Yeah.
2-15, like, Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
All you had to do was win.
And DJ.
Philly lost to the Cardinals. The Cardinals have 4 wins.
Mhm.
Like, y'all
Three of
lost
them
to
against
the...
the NFC East.
Exactly.
Half
but
of
you
them were
lost
against
to-
NFCs. That's very true, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I honestly believe that, like, the Jacksonville collapse was the bigger collapse.
All right. DJ, what about you?
Yeah, Philly was definitely the bigger collapse.
Okay.
Just to reiterate, they were just in the Super Bowl, and coming back into this year, you know, they had the highest odds to go back to the Super Bowl in the NFC. Everyone was picking them. Oh, they're already a contender. They won 10 games. They're 10-1 at one point, and then all of a sudden they just forgot how to play football. Their defense has been trash. Their secondary has been trash for months now, and I called it. Their defense has been trash, but Arizona, Seattle, you got blown out by the Niners, blown out by the Cowboys. 2 teams that you're potentially
Don't
going to
forget
see in the playoffs.
Giants. Yeah. Don't forget
And
the
the
And then the
Giants.
Giants
I was going to say, blown up by the Giants, too. That's crazy.
bent over.
And
by
hold
the
on,
Giants.
let me add something. They shouldn't have beat the Giants the first time. They barely beat us. They had ref help. Now all of a sudden it went to
Yeah.
MetLife, no red help, Meth help, and then we murder them.
Mhm.
Like I didn't see that coming. I saw us beating them by a field goal. But the fact that their whole spirit has left their body, the fact that they have no more will to live, it's crazy.
And the fact that they escaped with wins too, like none of their wins have been really truly convincing.
Yeah.
Minus like
I-
2.
Yeah, they haven't blown out anybody. They have not blown out a team when they won.
I will say that the Jags collapse was bigger, but the Eagles just got exposed. because that's what the Niners did. They just exposed
I think it's
every
actually
weakness the
further
Eagles
than
had,
that.
and everyone else exploited them. That's
I'm
really
gonna
what it was.
slightly
But
disagree
there's
with
such
you,
a
JC.
talent
I think-
deficient.
I think
There's
they
such a
were
talent
exposed
deficiency though on the Phil.
on the Eagles.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. But I was actually gonna disagree slightly, JC. I think it's more of weeks prior to the Niners game because the Commanders, they barely got away with that one. Dallas got robbed. Now I will say it until I fucking die. Dallas should have won the first meetup when they were dealing with Philly. And then Bills, the same thing. They got lucky. They escaped. Same
Oh,
thing with
yeah.
Kansas City. They got lucky. They escaped. So I think the exposure really came after the Washington game, and people were just starting figuring out. Unfortunately, it took the Niners to actually say, no, this is how you fucking do it. And then Dallas was like, bet,
Everyone
I
took
got
the blueprint. Yeah.
That was like,
what did,
Yeah.
33-13, let's go, you know?
what did Nick Bosa say? He said, and I quote, "I hope Dallas watches what we did. That's what
Yep.
you're supposed to do."
Facts. Facts.
So
They weren't
so
the
I
only ones watching. Arizona
just
watched
want
too.
to add something to the
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
something I want to add to that. Yeah, Devonta Smith is hurt, and AJ Brown got hurt a little bit in the Giants game.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
The biggest thing for Jacksonville, I'm giving them a pass on, is injury because the chemistry between Lawrence and who went down?
Christian Kirk.
Phil. Kirk.
Kirk.
Thank you, Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
Their
Number one
chemistry
receiver, yeah.
is insane. So the fact that he lost him, maybe it exposes Trevor that he's not a generational quarterback without good talent, which is fine. But that's why I think the Philly collapse is bigger because Philly coaches would die to have that much talent on offense and defense in that team. So there's a coaching issue. It's a mentality issue. It's an everything issue. And then Jacksonville doesn't have that kind of talent. Yeah, they probably should have won the AFC South. The AFC South was competitive, but they lost to one of their major wide receivers to injury to a team where they can't. They're not a bend team. They're a break team. They got broken with one of their best players left. Philly has all their best players. That's why I think the collapse is bigger.
I can see that.
I can see
I
that
don't
too.
even think that Trevor Lawrence was ever healthy after he got hurt.
After the first
Yeah,
time.
That could be it too.
Yeah.
That could be it too.
Yeah,
That
when
could
he
be it.
hobbled all the
Who
way
was the
down.
backup in Jacksonville, Phil?
CJ
Beathard.
Beathard.
CJ Brown.
CJ
Trash.
Beathard.
Yeah.
Trash.
There's the reason why he left the 49ers.
Mike's leftovers.
Mike sloppy seconds. Right.
Hey, Phil finally saw it. Phil finally saw the truth at that point. He's like,
Exactly.
oh, shit. All right. Now I
So,
see why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
So I only have 6 tonight, as far as overreacting are concerned. A lot of them are pretty super simple, straightforward. But Nori, I want to ask you this because you love Boston sports. With Belichick gone, his likely destination, assuming Dallas lets go of McCarthy because they probably will, he'll be going to Dallas while Dan Quinn heads to Seattle. That's a 2-parter.
I think the only way Bill goes to Dallas is if he and Jerry can somehow agree on his picking players, position, which I don't know if Bill will want to give that up. But
No.
Bill, if he's just a coach, he goes to Dallas. But it makes too much sense for him to go to Dallas. So what I think what Dallas is doing is grooming Quinn. I think they'll match anything that people offer as a defensive coordinator to prime away as a head coach. I think they'll match his salary. I think they're grooming him because Mike McCarthy will fuck up at the least in the NFC Championship game. They're not getting to the Super Bowl with Dallas, even though they should. They won't get there.
If McCarthy
So
doesn't,
I don't know.
If McCarthy loses in the wild card or divisional round, he's gone.
He's
He's
out.
fired.
He
Yeah,
has to be.
he's gone.
He's done.
And I could see Dallas for sure. Jerry Jones making a play to get Belichick. Dallas is the ideal situation for Belichick. Now, obviously, you're worried about player personnel. Who has control over that? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know their personalities. I don't think Jerry Jones and Bill Belichick can work together. Do you?
I mean, it's almost like Parcells and Jerry Jones all over again, right? Can that work?
But Jerry Jones has no choice now, and I think Jerry
Yeah.
Jones is finally, if he can make peace with Jimmy Johnson, he could finally say, hey, you know what, I'm going to just sit back. He can go on the radio and say everything's his idea. All he'll do is say, I'm the one that brought Belichick here. That'll be his credit. That's what he'll do. He'll go around and say,
in a way,
that's all he'll do.
It kind of works into how Belichick operates too, right? Because he never really wants the attention on himself. Jerry Jones will take that away from him. So yeah, Makes sense.
And Jerry Jones would gladly take that pick. Yeah, this was my.
Oh yeah.
So,
I'm on this radio. I run this shit. This is all me. Bill just
Because
does
there's
what I say.
Dallas
Bill's
is
like, yeah, okay, cool.
Dallas pound for pound minus Philly. Dallas is pound for pound probably the most talented on both sides of the ball team in the
Yes.
league. They just
Yes.
are. But they're not the best team because they're the most penalized team in the league, and that's
Yeah.
coaching. So Mike McCarthy
That's
can't blame
correct.
Kellen Moore this year. There's nobody to blame. The blame game is gone. So when they eventually lose in the NFC Championship game, it's not going to be enough to save his job.
I
Because
think
this team is loaded and ready to go. It is a small window in the NFL to win a championship, and Jerry is going to feel the desperation. He's going to know that, all right, this is not my guy. He's not keeping him.
now I would say this: if Belichick does get the Dallas job, does he hire Josh McDaniels as one of his coordinators?
No, fuck that. No.
No.
Because I think
No,
Dan
why
Quinn's
not?
gone. I think
No.
Dan Quinn is
He's
gone.
not a bad. He's not a bad coordinator.
Quinn's going to
Yeah,
get a head
why not?
coaching job somewhere this year. I mean, you could look at McDaniels as a coordinator. Arthur Smith
Is a very good coordinator.
Yeah, so I mean, Dallas
I think
is
Belichick
offense.
retires. I don't think he goes anywhere else. I don't think he's got anything to prove.
That's
He-
actually possible.
That's actually
It's
very possible.
possible. He did say he wants to continue coaching, but he may change his mind and just retire. You know, it's been one day.
He's 71. He's 71 years old.
Yeah.
Not a young man anymore.
No, but it keeps him young.
Anyone know how old Andy Reid is right now?
Andy Reid?
God, I don't know.
Probably
I think
60
he's
something.
60s,
Google.
early 60s.
Google knows.
Google knows. Yeah, Google definitely knows. Man.
Google does now.
But he's
Oh,
got Patrick Mahomes in his 20s, so he'll
He'll be
he'll
there.
be
He's
coaching him forever.
65.
I found
Yeah.
it.
He's
Oh, really?
65.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's got another 5 years in him easy. He's got Mahomes. He might stay 10.
Might
Right,
say.
exactly.
All
Yeah.
right, DJ.
Yes.
The Browns will go to the AFC Championship this year.
If you want to give away your bracket now, you can.
I
But
mean, you're looking at the whole 7 teams over there. So Browns will be one of the
I
one of
plead
the
the
top.
fifth.
That is not an overreaction.
All right.
All right, Bobbert. The Jags are a few key pieces away from being a Super Bowl contender.
Well, they were a few key pieces away from hitting the playoffs. So
Now, but I'm talking about being like a legit.
no, but like an actual legit contender.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
the
think
pieces
they're
away.
a few defensive pieces away. I think they have a lot of the offense already figured out. Like they have Etienne, they have Christian Kirk.
They got the
And,
offensive
like,
line. They're
yeah,
probably
they have the offensive
right
pieces.
guard.
Evan Ingram.
Yeah, they have,
I think they need one more
have,
piece on. I think they need one more piece on offense because
I
if one
think they
receiver
need
can go
a
down
slot.
and you collapse.
They need a
Yeah.
slot receiver.
They
Like,
more
they need
depth
a-
on offense.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think that was Trevor Lawrence's fault. I mean, Calvin Ridley's still there. Evan Ingram's still there. Zay Jones is still there. That was on Trevor.
true.
Trevor blew up. He had the most interceptions. I think it's among starting quarterbacks this year, or the most turnovers between fumbles and interceptions.
most
I'm not sure.
turnovers.
I don't know about that. Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is trying to
Jalen
beat
Hurts.
that
He
number.
tried to patch that record, bro.
Jalen Hurts might have something to say about that.
You know? I'm just saying.
No.
Speaking of Phil, since you chimed in, you know, I want to ask you. This is all about the horoscopes and the pixie dust. The
Okay.
Cowboy curse has moved onto the
You
Titans
son
after
of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
the owner has
I
spoken
knew
about
it.
Brady
I
retiring.
knew this cocksucker was going to say something like that. Jesus Christ.
Damn, JC.
Uh,
But how do you really feel, JC? Jesus.
Bad enough he won. Now he's piling on me now? Shit, yeah.
Nah.
No.
Hey, it's your owner's fault, which is why I asked this question.
That's true. It is the owner's fault.
yeah, I don't think that you could. It's a little too early to say that. I think it's a
Okay.
little too early to call that an overreaction.
Got you. All right. And this-
I've actually got a question for you guys. I don't know if it's already been. I don't know. I missed the earlier part.
What's up?
With Saban and Belichick both, choosing to retire, do you think we'll have anyone that will coach the same amount of seasons?
No.
Tomlin.
Outside of
Tomlin.
Tomlin, no.
Tomlin's already there, right? I mean, yeah.
He's
Tomlin's
close.
already there. Yeah, he's pretty close. Like he's been there for a little over a decade now. So But like we're looking at 17 years and 20 years, or 20 plus years for Belichick, I think.
Yeah, it was 20,
Honestly-
23.
But like Tomlin's barely halfway there.
I
Well, it's easy to do when you got a Brady who plays into his 40s.
look. If there's any coach that I think should do it and can do it, it's Harbaugh. Pick one.
John or
Okay.
Jim? I'm about to say.
Yes.
Both.
John's already almost halfway there.
John, yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course, what happened in Michigan, he should stay. I don't give a fuck what happens after that. Let him stay, dude. I mean, they're loaded. He's gonna be able to recruit so well.
Yeah.
Who knows who Bama's gonna hire, and once they hire somebody, some of those players may hit the transfer portal. And
I mean,
Michigan's
they
right
already
there,
lost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
That Saban said he was retiring. They lost a 5-star wide receiver.
Yeah, they had a lot of recruits decommit.
Yeah,
so they're just
like-
wait and see at this point. So Michigan's going to reload for sure, and
definitely.
I love what's going on out there. I love what Jim's done there. So yeah, for sure, I can see
Gotcha.
how
All right. Last two is for everybody. The
Everybody.
first question is:
everybody.
Sirianni's job is on the line if they don't make it past the divisional round. Like he's on the hot seat.
No,
Not
making it.
No, I don't think so.
The Super Bowl. The Super Bowl bought him 2 years.
Nah, I could see that.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, if he gets to the championship round or the Super Bowl, then his job is more or less safe. But if he ones and done or gets blown
I could
out
see
in the
Philly fans overreacting if they lose to Tampa.
Well, yeah. Of
But
course.
I don't know.
Yeah, look what they did to Doug Peterson after he got him a Super Bowl.
You have to
Yeah.
give Sirianni time to overhaul all of his coordinators and think of a game plan going into it and see what happened, because you got to the Super Bowl like the Giants. People freaking out with Dable. Let Dable get new coordinators. Successful teams don't get rid of coaches every 2 years. They just don't.
No,
It doesn't
that's
happen.
Carolina, you hear that? Jesus Christ.
No, that part is true, but I mean, unfortunately,
But that
Nick Wright,
carousel must be so much fun.
as much as he dick rides on Mahomes, he actually did bring up a point. Unless you're winning the Super Bowl, your job is never safe.
But not every team is winning the Super Bowl. Like one team's going to win the Super Bowl every year. So like,
Ask
like-
Jimmy
like,
Johnson
okay,
about
the
his job
Steelers.
being safe after winning the Super
Would the
Bowl.
Steelers be smart? Okay, Mike. With that logic, would the Steelers be smart to get rid of Tomlin?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I agree with Nick. I'm saying he has a valid point because look at Carroll. You know, he's had winning seasons. He's won a Super Bowl.
But all he
now.
said, he just said is a bunch of like, lip service. Like he's like, oh, your job isn't safe unless you win the Super Bowl. No shit, dummy. No shit. That's like, saying, hey, don't drive over the speed limit. You might get a ticket. Everybody fucking knows that. But it's a matter of, if we're talking successful franchises, you don't reset every 2 years. That's all I'm saying.
Except for Carolina, obviously.
Yeah.
So
Wait, well,
They didn't
Look
make
at
it a
Houston.
full year in
Look at-
Carolina. Shit. They just fired their GM too. Fuck it.
yeah.
So
But I'm
well,
not saying
yeah.
I'm not saying his job. I'm not saying he's a bad coach. I'm not saying anything of this sort. I'm just saying considering
He's a
what
dickhead.
has happened versus the collapse. Yeah, he's gonna be looked at as the bad guy, obviously, right? But it's not
He should.
entirely
He's
his
the head
fault.
coach.
You're right. He's the head coach, so he needs to bear the responsibility. It's not entirely his fault. His team is just falling apart at the worst time of the year. I totally get that.
Weak.
But that's
Weak.
where I'm also saying that, okay, if you won and done to fucking Tampa, then owners are going to look at you and be like, why are you here? That's just the question.
Well, they got that franchise guy in Baker Mayfield over there, dude. What do you mean? I mean, that's not anything to sneeze at.
He's a hero,
All right.
though. You're
he's
right.
a hero in Tampa, right, Rob?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He is, Rob.
They're gonna side eye him. They're
I
gonna
should've
side
just
eye him.
left.
Then all he's gonna just say is that, oh well, let me get rid of my coordinators and give me one more year.
Yeah, probably.
And then if you don't get back to the
And-
Super Bowl, then you get rid of him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Rob.
Alright.
So Rob, if Tampa Bay makes it further in the playoffs than Detroit, then what?
Damn.
Then they lose to Stafford, or they lose to
He's determined.
Goff.
He
They
is
lose to.
lose
They lose
to
to
San Fran,
Brock
basically.
Purdy.
Yeah.
They lose to somebody. It's not happening.
Rob's saying they're not winning the Super Bowl.
They're not making it to the Super Bowl. They're not
Oh,
getting past
shit.
the NFC. So
Okay.
no.
All right. Seriously, last question for all the for realsies. The Cowboys are the only legitimate threat to the 49ers on the NFC.
Overreaction.
No
Overreaction.
reaction.
Definitely
Overreaction.
overreaction.
I will say overreaction, sir.
Hmm
I'm the only one who thinks that Cowboys are the legitimate.
No, I mean, I
the
think
Rams have
Detroit
been playing. I mean, shit.
Dude, Mike,
Detroit?
you know the Achilles
Detroit,
heel
yeah.
of San Francisco is what? The Rams.
The Rams.
Who always plays the Niners hard? The
Every
Rams.
2 years. I mean, twice a year. Oh, I know. I
So-
fucking hate it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean,
I want the Lions to do work and get them out of the fucking playoffs. I want the fucking Packers to do work and knock out bitches out the playoffs. You know, that's just
nah,
me
we're good on
personally.
that.
It's
No,
not
we're playing
going
home. We're good.
All right.
You
Yeah,
know,
we're
So
playing
I
home.
got a question for you guys.
What's up?
Yeah.
This is kind of just off the road. What would be the biggest wild card, the funniest wild card upset? I think would be the
Packers
Tampa
over
beating
Cowboys.
Tampa Bay.
Packers
No,
over
Tampa
Cowboys.
beating
Shit out of the
Philly.
Eagles.
No, Packers over Cowboys would be just fucking funny. To be honest with
That's where I was going with that. I think that'd be the funniest one would be Packers over Cowboys. But
I mean, it's a
I
Cowboys
think
fan.
Baker
Absolutely.
Mayfield defeating the Eagles would be hilarious.
you. That could actually
Am I
happen.
the
I
only
don't
one?
even know if I call that an upset right now. To be honest with you. So.
I can't wait to get to
I'll
my
give it
bracket. That's all I'm going to say. I can't wait to get to my bracket.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to get to mine too. All right, well, if you guys remember at the beginning of the year, we made predictions on who was going to win what division, how many playoff spots, and all that fun stuff.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Playoffs. So, on the AFC side, of course, the Ravens won the AFC North. Rob and Nori had that correct. The rest of us thought it was going to be Cincy.
Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Buffalo won the
Yeah.
AFC East, and Phil, Chicken Wing, and I myself had that correct.
Boom.
Rob said Miami, and Nori and DJ said the Jets.
Yeah.
Chiefs won the AFC West. We all got that correct.
Of course.
Houston won the AFC South. None of us had that correct. All of us picked
Shit.
Jacksonville except for Rob, who picked Tennessee. And then, of course, the wild card teams are Cleveland, Miami, and Pittsburgh. And Phil had Cleveland in there and Miami. Chicken Wing had Miami in there. And that's pretty much it. The rest of us really had like Cincy and Baltimore and the Chargers. Equal.
Holy fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Terrible.
NFC side, Niners won the NFC West. We all had
course.
that one. Cowboys won the the NFC East. None of us got that. We all thought it was going to be Philly. How about the NFC East not having a repeat champion in 19 years, guys?
That's
Crazy.
wild.
Yeah.
Still.
that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Detroit
Okay.
wins the NFC North. We all had that correct.
Oh,
Tampa
yes.
wins the NFC South. Only Rob had that correct.
Damn Mayfield.
It's a side,
Irony in
bro.
the extra.
Tampa Bay's already winning this weekend, baby. Let's go.
I had Atlanta picking the South. Everybody else had New Orleans. So,
Let's go, Baker.
wild card teams: Philly, Rams, and Packers. Some said Giants. Honestly, like the Rams. Rob had the Rams in the wild card, and that's pretty much the only one accurate one. So yeah. So
Rob, how do you feel about being the only one right about the NFC South? I gotta know this.
Whole NFC South is a bucket of trash. That's what they're. And when it's a whole bucket of trash, you just pick the least trashy of the trash.
This bitch, whatever.
My most incorrect pick of the year is I picked Tampa Bay to be the worst team in the NFL.
that is true. You're the only one who picked Tampa to be the worst, and everyone else thought it was going to be Arizona. But in hindsight, it was Carolina. So bad, in fact, that they're the worst team, and they still don't have the number one pick in the draft. So,
That just makes
Way to go, Pepper.
all right. Well, now comes to the point where we are going to predict our entire NFL playoff bracket. We're going to do this in the order of how we finished on our regular season pick'em game.
Damn it.
So, Chicken Wing, you're going first. I'm going to walk you through it. We're going to start with the NFC. First game is Dallas hosting Green Bay.
Dallas.
All right. Detroit
Sorry, bitch.
or Rams?
First of all, fuck you. All right. It's Green Bay. Anyway, Detroit.
All right. And Tampa or Philly?
Tampa Bay. Fuck Philly.
All right. Down to the AFC. Buffalo or Pittsburgh?
Buffalo.
Kansas City or Miami?
Miami.
Ooh, boy.
Mm.
And Houston or Cleveland?
Cleveland.
Okay. All right. Back up to NFC. San Fran or Tampa?
Obviously us, because I'm gonna do Rob that favor.
Thank you, Lord.
Dallas or Detroit?
Detroit's getting that revenge game.
All right. Baltimore or Miami?
Baltimore.
And Cleveland or Buffalo?
Cleveland's gonna upset Buffalo.
All right. San Fran or Detroit?
Ooh.
San Fran.
Baltimore or Cleveland?
Baltimore.
And who is your Super Bowl champion?
Us, because fuck Chad. I
Baltimore.
hate his bitch ass.
And what's the final score of the Super Bowl?
That final score is gonna be 33-31.
Make sure y'all don't turn the lights off this time.
Bitch. We didn't do that.
Why let him? They can't even cheat. They can't even cheat right. Let him.
Exactly.
Nori, you're up next. Dallas or Green Bay?
Dallas.
All right. Detroit or Rams?
Detroit.
Detroit. Tampa or Philly?
Tampa.
Tampa. AFC side, Buffalo or Pittsburgh?
Buffalo.
Kansas City or Miami?
Kansas City.
Okay. And Houston or Cleveland?
Houston.
Houston. Okay. NFC, San Francisco or Tampa?
San Francisco.
Dallas or Detroit?
Where are they playing?
Dallas.
This would be
Dallas.
in Dallas.
It'd be in Dallas.
Yep.
I know.
Detroit.
I know.
Oh,
See,
boy.
that's a tough one, dude.
Baltimore or Houston?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yep.
Baltimore.
Buffalo or Kansas City?
Buffalo.
All right. San Francisco or Detroit?
San Francisco.
And Baltimore or Buffalo?
Buffalo.
Ooh, boy.
Ooh.
Super Bowl.
Nice.
San Fran or Buffalo?
San Fran.
And final score?
35-28.
Okay. Phil, you're up. Dallas or
Alright.
Green Bay?
Dallas.
Detroit or the Rams?
Detroit.
Tampa or Philly?
Philly.
All right. Buffalo or Pittsburgh?
Buffalo.
Kansas City or Miami?
Miami.
And Houston or Cleveland?
Cleveland.
All right. Then San Fran or Philly?
San Fran.
Dallas or Detroit?
Dallas.
Baltimore or Miami?
Baltimore.
Cleveland or Buffalo?
Did I have those two playing each other?
That's a tough one.
Yep, you do.
Yeah, you will.
Because if you pick
Yeah,
Miami to be
because-
KC based on it, Miami would have to go play Baltimore. And then Houston would play the Buffalo based on what you have.
I thought Miami would play Buffalo.
No, because
Miami's too low. Miami's
because
number 6.
yeah, from the wild card, the lowest seeded surviving team goes to play the 1 seed. So you have the
Okay.
6 seed Miami beating. You would have them. Yeah. So you have Cleveland against Buffalo in the division.
Ooh. Ooh.
Right.
Cleveland.
All right. San Francisco or Dallas,
San Francisco.
and Baltimore or Cleveland.
Baltimore.
Super Bowl, San Francisco or Baltimore.
Baltimore winning it.
What's the score?
Say 42-32.
All right.
High scoring.
Nice. DJ, you're up.
Yes, sir.
Dallas or Green Bay?
Dallas.
Detroit or the Rams?
The Rams.
Ooh.
Wow.
Tampa or Philly?
Tampa. Fuck Philly.
Buffalo or Pittsburgh?
Buffalo.
Kansas City or Miami?
Kansas City.
Okay. Houston or Cleveland?
Cleveland.
All right.
Okay.
San Francisco or the Rams?
San Francisco.
The fucking
You thought about
I had to think.
it.
Can't stand you.
Dallas or
Yeah.
Tampa?
Dallas.
All
Oh,
right.
that's free. Yeah.
Baltimore or Cleveland?
Cleveland.
Damn, you got them in the divisional round. Holy shit.
Buffalo or Kansas City?
Buffalo.
All right. Now, San
Ooh.
Francisco or Dallas?
San Francisco.
Cleveland or
Yes.
Buffalo?
That's right.
Cleveland.
San Francisco or Cleveland?
Wow.
San Francisco.
All right. What's the final score?
27-23.
All right.
Real quick,
Yeah.
before you, a question for everybody.
Mhm.
Now,
Yes, sir.
for those of you who still have teams in the playoffs,
Thanks.
I also want your opinion on this. How awesome would it be to see a Detroit Cleveland Super Bowl?
That would be fun.
That'd be awesome.
It'll be the best Super Bowl ever.
That'd be the
Oh,
best
yeah.
Super Bowl.
I would love
Two
nothing
teams
more than
that
that.
never been there before.
Two teams have never been there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
That'd
That'd
be
be
a great
great.
Super Bowl.
That'd be great for the NFL.
Just like how everybody's saying,
Because
oh,
like,
what about the Texans versus Cowboys? It'll be a Texas Bowl. Fuck that. No, stop that.
No one outside
you,
of Texas.
you know what's better than an underdog in the championship? Two underdogs.
Yes.
Two of
right.
them. Yeah.
Two
That's
of them.
right.
Amazing.
I would love to see that game.
All right, Rob, you're up. Dallas or Green Bay?
Dallas.
Detroit or the Rams?
Now we're really testing my loyalties here.
Bitch.
Lions.
Lions. Tampa or Philly?
Fuck Philly. Tampa.
Nice.
I thought I was going to be the only
What?
one picking Tampa tonight. That's
That's
crazy.
Saying, bro. Like, I thought
No.
he was going to say fuck Baker. Holy shit.
Buffalo
Oh, you wait. You wait.
Buffalo or Pittsburgh? Buffalo or Pittsburgh?
Oh, we
Buffalo.
wait.
Sports minorities do not
What?
respect Philly.
What, Rob? I'm sorry.
I love it.
Buffalo.
All right. Kansas City or Miami?
Miami.
Wow. Houston or Cleveland?
Houston.
Houston.
Wow. Okay.
San Fran or Tampa?
San Fran.
You're welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome. Yes.
Dallas or Detroit?
Dallas.
Baltimore
Damn.
or Miami?
Baltimore.
Houston or Buffalo?
Houston.
Oh.
God, what a fun fucking game.
Hell yeah,
Houston and
Rob.
Buffalo.
Okay, Rob.
Yes.
That's
That would
not
be a
funny
fun
anymore. All
fucking
right, San Fran or Dallas?
Dallas.
Oh my God.
Woo!
Baltimore
Fuck
or
you.
Houston?
Baltimore.
Rob, you're just saying words. You don't believe what you're fucking saying. Holy shit. You're so
Oh my god.
At least just call it a chaos bracket. Just call it a day.
Baltimore
This
or
fucking
Dallas
guy.
in the Super Bowl?
Sorry, bestie. Baltimore.
All right. And what's the final score?
24-37.
Rob, you put us in there, so you don't have to be sorry, sir. I appreciate you. Okay?
All right.
I appreciate you.
And I'm last here.
Should have just stood asleep.
Oh, shit, right?
Maybe I am asleep. Who knows?
Dallas or Green Bay? I took Dallas. I took Detroit over the Rams. And I have Tampa over Philly.
Yeah, fuck them. Yeah, fuck them.
Wow.
We do not respect Philly in this.
Fuck 'em.
No.
No.
We don't.
We really don't. It's crazy. I thought it was going to just be me.
No.
Huh.
That's not the way they're playing right now.
Fuck 'em.
Buffalo over Pittsburgh. Plus, Tampa has the home game on that game, by the way. Just FYI.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo over Pittsburgh. I have Kansas City over Miami, mainly because of the weather. 0 degrees at kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Cleveland over Houston. Divisional round. I have San Fran over Tampa, and I have Detroit over Dallas. Then I have
Okay.
Cleveland over Baltimore, and Buffalo over Kansas City. Conference championships, I have San Francisco over Detroit, and I have Cleveland over Buffalo. And in the Super Bowl, Cleveland 34, San Francisco 31.
Ooh.
The way that defense is playing, defense wins championships. And with Joe Flacco, I'm getting some Nick Foles vibes all over. This is
JC,
the Browns. Yeah.
The pick'em's over. I mean, you don't got to keep throwing shit at the wall.
I'm not throwing shit at the wall. I really think the Browns can do it. With Joe Flacco and the way that defense is playing, fuck Deshaun Watson. You're not the one bringing.
I mean, they are the best defense in the league.
Cleveland. It's fucking Joe Flacco. Yeah. So, yeah.
Cleveland's defense is no joke.
Yes.
If Cleveland knocks Baltimore out of the playoffs with Joe Flacco, can you imagine?
I actually can.
And then what do they do with that $250 million paperweight?
I mean, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
What do you do with him?
What do you do with them?
No, like what
trade him to Carolina?
Like, legit fucking question. What are you doing with him now?
Exactly.
Carolina trade.
No, because I don't think Bryce Young is the problem. I don't think Bryce Young is the problem.
Who needs a quarterback?
I really don't.
That's just no.
Who needs a quarterback?
Tennessee?
Washington? He deserves Washington.
No,
he
Tennessee?
absolutely deserves Washington.
Washington would be, that would be fun.
Yeah, Snyder's not
He
there
would
anymore.
fit in with all the other. He would fit in with all the other politicians getting hand jobs left and right. Watson would be perfect for fucking DC. Are you kidding me?
It's true. It's
Oh
true.
my gosh.
All right. Yeah,
This time he wouldn't get caught.
I guess.
All right. Well, those are our full playoff brackets in now.
Maybe you pick Cleveland to win.
I do have Cleveland to win. Nori has San Francisco winning it all. Chicken Wing has San Francisco winning it all. Rob has Baltimore winning it all. DJ, San Francisco. And Phil has Baltimore. So it's pretty split, NFC versus AFC on the Super Bowl picks, by the way. So
I'm not gonna lie, the Super Bowl I'm kind of hoping for more than anything I would love to see is 49ers and Houston. Not gonna lie, man.
That'd be fun.
the last thing I need.
And I'm saying this because no rookie quarterback.
Know what? I can see why.
No rookie quarterback has ever won a Super Bowl.
There's that.
It's never happened. Exactly.
Just left San Fran.
A rookie head coach and a rookie quarterback winning a Super Bowl.
That's a lot of story right there. Yeah.
I think I say it. Phil and I can agree. Fuck no. It's the last thing we want to hear as Texans fans.
Cleveland, Detroit would still be the best.
I think so. Yeah.
Well,
that would be beautiful.
Phil, if the Jags would have taken care of business, we could have been talking about them going, but they couldn't do that.
Well,
okay.
I told you we would if we made it. My words last week were if we make it, we're out in the wild card round. Those were my words.
Yeah. He said we were one and done. We were just happy to be here.
And I did preface it with if we make it. I do recall that because
you did.
I just it was just hard for me to do my bracket because I wanted Detroit Dallas to be later, but like I couldn't get them any later than.
There's just no way if they both
there's no way,
each other. Yeah, there's just no way the way the seedings work out. Yeah, so it.
I just can't believe the Jaguars tried to out Benjamin Button Philly. Like that was just fucking crazy.
Lord,
like, I don't know. I don't know, man. What's wrong with you guys?
Mercy.
I would lose my shit if Pittsburgh found a way to upset Buffalo. That's all I'm saying.
I won't watch the rest of the playoffs.
I will because I would be the biggest
Pittsburgh upsets.
Tomlin's like, all right.
I've never seen a team less deserving. I've never seen a team less deserving to be there than Pittsburgh. This year's Pittsburgh. Disgusting.
Because at least Green Bay, they just had to win in their end, so they controlled their destiny.
Exactly.
Pittsburgh needed fucking help, and they got it, dude.
All the help they
welcome,
needed.
Steelers fans. Yeah, you're welcome.
They got all of it.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Now, honest question, because I know I do want to pick Dallas to win anyway, but how would y'all react if Green Bay somehow upset Dallas?
Somehow it would not surprise me the way that track record is in the playoffs with those two teams.
I'll probably root for Green Bay all of next season.
Probably.
I'd probably die of laughter.
I'll give them one season. I'm a fan. I'll give them the fandom.
I know for sure Detroit and Dallas is going to be the primetime game, like for sure, because that's going to be an explosive rematch back in Dallas. Detroit's going to trying to get revenge. Like that's going to be a storytelling all of its own.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that
That could very well
here's
be
deal,
the
Mike.
Saturday game, one of the Saturday evening games next week, if that.
We won't have to worry about that because Detroit's not beating the Rams.
wow,
So we're good on that.
wow,
They're not beating the Rams.
Matthew Stafford's going to take care of
Matt
business.
Stafford's going to go and take care of business and show Detroit that they shouldn't have let him go. That's what's going to happen.
Amazing.
It is what it is.
there. Yeah. So
It is what it is.
I mean, you're right. And Rob showed his loyalty. Go Lions. Day one.
Well, Puka Nakua is going to go nuts.
bless you.
Mark my word.
Yeah.
Nice.
Facts.
All right. Well, the wild card games this week on Saturday: Cleveland at Houston. Cleveland favored by 2.5. Miami at Kansas City in the 0-degree weather. Kansas City favored by 4. Sunday. I'm sorry. The Saturday game. First game is on NBC. The second game, Miami Kansas City, is on Peacock. By the way. Sunday on CBS is Pittsburgh at Buffalo. Buffalo's favored by 10, guys. However,
Only?
that game could get moved to
As it should be.
Cleveland. The NFL should be actually making a decision by Friday if they're going to move the game based on what the weather.
That's fine.
Yep. So,
One
So
cold
why-
place to
why
a
they-
very, very
why-
fucking cold place.
I'm confused
It's
why
fine.
they'd move that one and not move the KC game.
because the
If that's
KC
the
game
case.
doesn't have like inches of snow covering the stadium.
Exactly.
That's the issue.
Mm.
Yeah.
When snow happens in Buffalo, it's absolutely nuts, and they know it because it happened last year.
Yeah.
They're not.
Oh, yeah,
They're not.
that was
It's
crazy.
like literally it's like literally dangerous.
The funny
It's that
part is
bad.
like usually the go-to stadium for this is Detroit, but oh my god, the Lions are in the playoffs and hosting a game later that evening. So
Oh my
I don't think they were expecting that.
no,
That might have been the problem.
yeah,
Like,
What
oh,
about
fuck,
you
they're in here
guys?
too,
Yeah.
and they get a playoff game and they're hosting it. Oh shit. Well, yeah, we'll figure something else out.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Green Bay at Dallas on Fox in the Sunday middle afternoon game, and then the Sunday night game is Rams at Lions on NBC, and the Monday night wild card game on ABC, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN Plus. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a Manning cast. Philadelphia at Tampa Bay.
Jesus.
At Baker.
Yeah.
At Baker
At
Mayfield.
Baker. Oh man.
Yeah.
Which pretty much put this at a point where, say Dallas and Detroit win, this game would be the winner of this game would play San Francisco on Sunday, because whenever you have the Monday night playoff game, whoever wins doesn't play until Sunday. They don't move them to Saturday. They play Sunday the way the scheduling is. So
Right.
If Tampa knocks off Philly, I'll be a Mayfield fan the rest of my life.
God.
Well,
I don't know if I can go that far because
The rest of my life. The rest of my
I
life.
don't know. Man. I'll be
Goddamn
pretty
it, Rob.
excited
Yeah,
myself.
so-
Seeing
Goddamn it,
Philly
Rob.
fans cry is just great. But
All right.
again, remember, if Dallas loses to Green Bay, everybody check out Stephen A. Smith's Twitter account. That's gonna blow the fuck up almost
Yeah, I'm
instantly.
Whenever they lose, I'm gonna check it out because
Yep.
because
and then
yeah.
the coaching search will just start early.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, so we're set. Again, the points on this one, it's 4 points for a wild card pick correct, 8 points for each divisional round pick correct, 16 for every conference championship correct pick, and then 32 if you get the Super Bowl pick correct. So 120 points possible, guys. So
And no perfect bracket has ever been made, right? In our
What do we say, $10?
$10. Pay to the winner at the very end of it. Yep. So
word.
and yeah, in all the history of doing this, we haven't had a perfect bracket yet. So
Let's go Texans.
fuck you. All right.
JC's like, let's go Brown. Oh, never mind.
I kind of want Cleveland to win. I
Nah,
would love a Cleveland Detroit. That'd be great. So
That would be so awesome.
that would be.
thank you everyone for listening to the Sports Minorities Podcast. Next week we'll recap this crazy Super Wildcard weekend, overreact to a few things, and then look ahead to the divisional round, discuss the potential matchups out of that, and see who else gets fired, see who else gets hired, see who's interviewing, all that fun stuff. Once again, I'm JC. And yes, did they ask the Titans, did you beat Jacksonville? Yes. What did it cost? Well, everything, apparently. So, yeah. Welcome to Rebuild, everybody in Nashville. It's all good. We'll survive. Don't worry. Joining me, we have...
Chicken Wing. Y'all have a good night.
Oh, what happened to the Oracle?
This is Nori. This is not Oracle who sucks. This is Nori. I'm waiting for the Chargers to hire Josh McDaniels.
This is Rob, the Lions fan, because not the other team. And yeah, have a good night, y'all.
DJ here, Cowboys fan, and Baker, if you're listening, if you can give us all a late Christmas gift and beat the Eagles and send them home in the first round, I'm not going to be your fan because you went to OU and OU sucks, but you'll have my respect for the rest of your life.
Or at least the rest of the season.
Yeah. Rest of the playoffs.
That's it.
And this is the broken man, Phil.
A broken
Usually
man.
how we get this time of year.
Christ. Jesus Christ. A broken man.
Hey guys, stop laughing.
Guy.
This is a serious matter. Go ahead.
It's not.
It's just funny.
Seriously funny.
Never get tired.
Golly, man.
I mean, the icing on the cake is losing to Tennessee for the last game, too, and JC knows it.
You're
And
welcome.
it's,
The one
it's
division game we won all season.
I would-
We had
I would
not gotten
definitely-
to the playoffs. Fucking worth it.
I would definitely be on cyanide pill watch. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, JC,
well,
pop
at least the pain is there's no more pain after death. So at least the pain is gone.
This is
Well, you
JC.
got your wine and your whiskey, you know. So
Yeah.
That's true. It's true.
Pain
There's always a self
Whiskey,
medicating.
then wine. That's what he does. Come on, guys.
Yeah, you don't want to
JC,
start.
I need
Yeah.
you to do a welfare check on Phil tomorrow and the next day and the next day, just to be on
Like
the
I told
safe
you
side.
guys, Phil's here, right?
Check
He's
on the
talking. We're good.
For now.
He's fine.
for now.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The thing
He's
is,
used to
yeah, yeah. This ain't my first rodeo for the
No.
Jags.
Yeah, he's been through this. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I've fucked
He's
this
numb
thing
now.
many years.
He's used to the Titans spoiling the Jags season. That's why last year was an anomaly. We actually celebrated like we won the fucking Super Bowl. We won the division
Yeah.
last year, so-
You ball.
Yeah, I was over the top.
Thank you everyone for joining us on the Sports Minorities podcast. Enjoy the playoffs. Most wonderful time of
Playoffs?
year. Playoffs.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you next week.
Thanks everyone once again for listening to the Sports Minorities podcast. We do appreciate it. If you want to keep the conversation going, we're on Twitter at Sports Minor Pod and also on Facebook at Sports Minorities. Our YouTube channel, Sports Minorities. Search on there. We live stream every now and then, just some random stuff. And you can also reach us via email, sports.minorities@gmail.com. We do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to us, and we'll catch y'all next time.
fuck you guys. I got nothing witty.